All right, all right, all right. Today we're gonna work on some long game, and I'm gonna do some drills. Be working on my swing a little bit, trying to get rid of a chicken wing, and I am gonna be using this contraption right behind us. Basically, it's just to go up, and I have to go up in front of. And after that, we're gonna do some skills drills, and it should be a lot of fun. Skills drills should, if you watch me do them, they'll definitely help your game if you can do them. They're easier to do on the range, but we're going to work it out in here. All right, let's get going. So first I'm going to start on, working on my full swing here a little bit. Actually, we're going to use one of these first. And that's basically where I want it, right there. So we're 159. I'm not really worried about the yardage. I'm more concerned with direction, or strike direction, and working on the feel of the new move. So that one was with actually my eyes closed to really try and get this feel of going out like this, instead of what I tend to want to do is come down and then I pull hard across, but I go like that. I actually pull hard across and flip, which makes it really inconsistent. I'm sure a lot of you golfers know what I'm talking about with flipping the wrists. And I want more of a release like this. I'll do it right. A release like this versus a release like this. I want like a release like that, where you can see it right there. So actually I'm going to get one other thing to put on. This helps with this exact thing, keeping kind of the right elbow under the left. Put it on just like this. And see how that I don't want that right arm to go like that and touch there. So you just want it just above. Practice it this way, really trying to feel it. And you'll see when I'm doing this correctly, like a lot of tilt. There'll be a lot of tilt and side bend. I tend to turn my shoulders straight through and more like this versus more of a like that move. And since I've done it for so long, I played at high levels. I played in college many moons ago, but probably always did it, just got away with it. Now I'm trying to I didn't have a chicken wing elbow back in the day, but probably I would imagine some of my flexibility has kind of crept. That's the reason. So working on that and working on this tweak in the swing. Now we'll try with the ball. And like that, just the mental change. And like I said, this is a work in progress. My first video that went out, it was a work in progress. I want to get better each and every day. And, I'm not afraid to show, bad shots or good shots. When you get out on the course, you're going to have it all. And that's where, you know, when you put a ball down there, you get that sense of wanting to hit the ball and you go into your automatic. So trying to change the swing, you really have to exaggerate. You really have to try to feel what you're trying to do. And even that one, I can just feel it's so different, which is good. You want it to feel different. Because if it doesn't feel different, you're not changing anything. So when I'm working here, I'll probably do, you know, I'll work about, I don't know, 20 minutes or so, thereabouts, working on the swing. And then after that, I do some skill work. You know, I'm going to get to the point where I'm going to go to Q school for sim tournaments here on the channel. And I'll be playing in tournaments, playing some match play, you know, hanging out, having fun. But kind of I'm doing some swing maintenance first. Again, as soon as I get that ball down there, I want to hit at the ball. You can do it like that. It means you can do it. You just have to do it now with this. Another thing to try is to, like, you want to almost graduate into getting the ball. You get the swing out once you have the feel down. And actually that wasn't too bad, but I did hit it and I don't want to. But, you know, it definitely is easier when you can clip tees, put just a tee in the ground and just clip the top of it is one way to do this. This is also helps, you know, working with these discs on low point control. All right, let's see if we can do it now. I'm gonna kill somebody. Hopefully not myself. So I've seen some pretty rough ones so far. I can't hit even the screen trying to do it. But I'm gonna try it again. That one I didn't complete it. And that's one thing you can also, you know, shorten the swing. If you can't do it the whole way, if you can't do a full swing, then work it just like this. Let's try it again. And again, my hands want to go in and I want to actually keep them out. In reality, you're not going to, like on the course, you're not going to go out that far, but by exaggerating it now, it will help it get into the swing a little bit easier. And go ahead and comment, you know, below for what works for you guys. You know, how do you put a change into your swing or change your motion a little bit? we're going to keep working at it right here. Let's see what we can do. Again, hands want to come in when I get that ball down there. So, you know, keep on. If I can do it without, if I couldn't do it without the red spongy ball or the disc or on the ground, I'd be like, oh well, it's a limitation of the body. This is more a limitation of the mind. So if you're counting at home, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's at least 5 shots that I have not hit the screen. All 5 of the real golf balls. That's the first one, and I still tap this. So there is some progress. I know I'm probably boring you possibly to tears out there by doing this, but you could be laughing along too. That's the first one that I didn't hit it, and I hit the screen. Golf is a humbling game. I give it to those guys that play, you know, the pros, because their hand-eye coordination is unbelievable, just unbelievable. How long have I been going here? about 15 minutes. We'll do a few more, and then we're going to do some skill work. Again, this is what you don't probably see even the pros doing. You know, just trying to ingrain a new feel. Even that one pulled it in when I want to, like that. All right. Just give me a second. I'll set up a drill here. Give me 1 second. All right, set it up. So with this one, the skill we're working on, and it's a little bit outside of the quad range. What this is what we're working on is low point impact, where you're touching the ground. Ideally, you want the divot to start in front of the ball towards the target, or at the very least at the ball forward. When you're first working on this, you can definitely do what I have is a towel, and you don't want to touch or move the towel when you come down. I have it right now. Probably a good one for me would be right about, 1.5 inches, 2 inches maybe. On the range, I think it's a better drill. You put a line down, a chalk line, and every divot you want to the left of it, left of the line, and you put the ball right on the line. So you start out with a target that's pretty wide, and you give yourself a wide target, and you might also give yourself room on the bottom, like before and after the line, depending on how good you are. If you're first time doing it, maybe 1 inch behind the line to 1 inch in front of the line, that's a score if you can hit it towards the target and you've put the divot there. Ideally, to move up in this, you have to get 7 out of 10. You do groups of 10. I'll only do 1 or 2 groups, and then you move on to another skill. But this is one of the big skills of hitting golf balls or playing golf is low point. So that one you can see I touched, and yeah, it might have hit the green and all that, but that did not count. So put it up again. And you might, again, you do this, you might want to do this depending on the speed, or if you want to consider it percentages, like 50%. If you usually hit your 7-iron, I don't know, 150, 160, 170, whatever, 50% is your goal. So right now I have it set at 159. That one, 163 carry. But I'm not really, that's not what I'm working on. I'm working on getting that impact to the right place. Again, touched it. I mean, they look like good shots here. Out on the course, though, or even on the regular range, they might not be as good, and they won't. My guess is they wouldn't be. So, this is one of the skills that once you start working on it, it will definitely get easier, and you'll be hitting better shots. I can guarantee it. You know, I used to do this ever since my son. I haven't done it as much having a son, but before he came along and I was playing more golf, I could do these drills and I could get, you know, 8 out of 10 left of it, 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10, whatever. I worked up to that, and my irons were great. That one I definitely touched again. Um, 166 carry. I'm not really, you know, what I'll do is I'll just slow it down a little bit. And truthfully, this is one of the more in to out you swing, the more likely your divot is going to be on. It's harder to get it in front of the ball. Let's put it that way. I mean, it's not, you can't, obviously it's done all the time, but it just makes it a little harder. Just keep that in mind. See, that was trying to do it, but that was thin, so that does not count. So right now, I'm not batting very well. I mean, post your questions. I'm not a pro. I'm not a, you know, teacher or anything like that. But I've been around a lot of golf, and like I said, this channel it's for the true golf lovers, the purists. That's why I called it the pursuit of golf, because that's what it is. It takes a lifetime to learn. So, tell me what you think. Tell me what you like about the channel. Tell me what you don't like about it. I want to build a community, and it starts with you guys. So give me a thumbs up, give me some comments, subscribe, all that good stuff. Now that one was the first one that probably I'd consider it a score. It might have been a hair thin, like one groove down, but it would have brushed, that was probably brushing the grass a little bit. And you'll get to the point where you can do this drill, and you can, in this one you have to do out on the range, but you can call out beforehand whether it's going to be a shallow divot, normal divot, or like a deeper divot, depending on like what you're trying to do. So that one again, they're hair thin. They're a hair thin. I would give myself another, that one counted too, but they're a hair thin. And that's what you're gauging by doing this drill. You're learning subconsciously, like ever so slightly, what it feels like, where you need to be. Now that one, I watched it and I just skimmed that towel, but that would have been, I think the divot would have been fine with that one. And you'll be able to tell once you start doing this, whether it be off a mat, depending on if your range has mats or grass, what have you, you'll know just by feel, you'll start to get good about, like, you know exactly, before you even look at the result, where you are. that one again. I pulled it a little bit, and I took a little bit of more of a divot than I want. And I mean, you know, again, I'm putting it 1.5 inches thereabouts in front of it. You can get up to 2, put it about, start at 2 inches, or maybe even, you know, the club, and then work closer and closer. Now that's with a towel. On the range, you're gonna have a nice, you can get a chalk line. You can just take a T and kind of gouge just a tiny line into it, and you'll be able to see where you are. And if you see my club strike, that's another one. Well, I'm not gonna probably do that today because that's not as much as what I have to work on. You'll figure out what you need to work on by just tallying it on the course. By going out onto the course, you'll know whether you hit the shot that thin, etc. And that tells you where you're hitting the ground, and what that you need to work on then. Impact, like you're seeing with the quad, it's telling me. Now, if I didn't have the quad, which I haven't always had, I took a dry erase marker, and you get a ball, and you just put a little dot of dry erase on the ball, and then put that, just like put the ball down like that, so it will impact your club. Where it impacts will leave a little ball or a little mark, and you'll be able to know whether you're hitting it, you know, whether it be toe side, heel side, or center. And you'll be able to, in those drills, what I would have you do, or what I would do, is you alternate. Sometimes you might want to, one of the goals might be one day is to hit the center of the club. But once you get better at it, you'll say, okay, I'm going to hit this one off the heel. And you'll go heel side, and off the toe side. Okay, I'm going to hit the center, and you'll be able to move it around. And trust me, if you're thinking to yourself, there's no way, there is a way. You just practice these skills, and your iron game will get a lot better. So that one was probably the best one. By no means is this, I was passing this 10. I got, let me think. I count them up, I don't know. 3, if I can make I'll do this last one, maybe 4. If you get less than, like, I'd say 4 or 5, I would either make the drill a little easier by giving yourself more width at the bottom that you're good at, or I'd make the target you're going to from, like, let's say a 20-yard wide to 30 yards. Or if you've gotten better, get it down, you know, from 20 to 10 kind of thing. Again, that was good. Hair thin, but it was good. And I'm not worried, like the carry, I don't know what any of those, they're probably around similar, I don't know. I'd have to look back through them, but I'm just mainly concerned with more of the direction I'm going, whether it's how wide, and where I'm on where I hit that impact position on the ground. So that's one of the drills that's great. So we're at 30 minutes now. I'll give you, let's see what, this would be this is another good drill that you do it in groups of 10 again. Let's see here, 4, 6, 8, get 2 more. This one is direction. and curve. So if you see what I'm going to do, this first one I'm going to start it like this. I'm going to put the club at the bottom of the ground and shut it big time like this. Can you see that? But I'm going to strive to hit like with a square face. So again, you're going to get your target, and maybe it's a 20 wide yard target, 30, whatever. And in order for this one to count, it has to be within those bounds. So I'm going to hood the face on this one, or close it. But my goal is obviously to square it up as I swing. So that one, I got one. I'm 1 for 1. Now on this one, you would open it up like this. And you can start with just a hair. You don't have to, it doesn't have to be like this, or it doesn't have to be like this. This one I'd go like this, just a little bit open, and I have to get it towards the target. So that one, I'm 2 for 2 on those. So I can go through these and go through them, but I'll also show you this, that where you can get with this drill is to, if you get good at it, you don't get to put the club down behind the ball. You have to do it like this, hood the club, and then that one I didn't do it. But that's where you can get to. I'll try it again this time with an open face, is to like this. Oh, and I just closed it too much. But what you're gonna do is you're like, again, training your subconscious the way you swing, that the kind of the just the amount your body starts to gauge the correct. This one I'll do again from the ground. Had a little bit more tail to it, but still in the target. This one with an open. Oh, come on, baby. That one is probably out. I wouldn't give that to myself right there. But again, another way to, as you get better at this, you start closing down the window you need to hit it into, or the target with. And you'll even see which side you're a little bit better from. Are you better at having the face closed and having to square it, or open and having to square it? This one I'll go closed again. Come on. Getting that yellow. Okay. Back to the open. And then that one was not the greatest strike whatsoever, but that's not what you're trying to do here. Your only concern is this, the movement of the face. Again, I was on the thin side. Again, and you saw that also with the way I was doing it. This one, I'm a little bit better at this drill and this skill. So I would work, more on the where I'm putting the club on the ground. All right. Well, those are the two skills I worked on today in my swing. I'm gonna go down, grab something to drink. Hope you guys had a good time. If you did, give me a thumbs up, give me some comments, share the channel, whatever you wanna do. You have a good one.